The Witches of...
Hey, boss. I could use some help. Hey, boss. I could use some help.
Bye-bye, evil relic. Don't let the door hit ya or Deadpool split ya.
I must say, Deadpool's heroics surprised me. I guess there's a first for everything.
So Deadpool did the right thing. Is that supposed to win me over? That's the bare minimum.
Deadpool made the right decision in destroying the Magna Corrigo. I didn't think he had it in him, what with all that chaotic energy.
There's always good in people, even if they're, eccentric.
Deadpool's a classic case of don't judge a book by its cover, or the pages that are stuck together.
Dr. Doom was Deadpool's client all along? He must have been desperate.
See? Deep under that violent exterior, Deadpool has a soft side. Told you so.
Ooh, take that, Sin! You're a little bad about the relic, though. I bet Blade could have found a good use for it.
Got a minute? I know you're busy. I heard Deadpool destroyed the creepy vampire relic. 20 points in his favor.
Hold on, I'm waiting to see if anyone else comes to praise me for my righteous act.
Feeling good today, girl.
What's shaking?
Oh, Hunter, I snapped a great photo of you in action.
Well, everything is out in the open now. I'm fully exposed.
Are you not worried about any repercussions from this Doctor of Doom?
If I think about it too hard, yeah. But lucky for me, this dome piece is empty. There's so much free real estate up here.
How did you even get involved with him in the first place?
Haven't you listened to anything I've said? Money.
You knew he was dangerous. Was the job worth it?
Yeah, you can't make an omelet without strangling a few chickens. Besides, fumbling the bag led me to you. A win-win situation, if you ask me.
So long as you are happy with the outcome.
Oh, I'm putting Merc stuff on the back burner. No freelancing. Just gonna work pro bono for the Midnight Suns. Did you know pro bono doesn't mean what I thought it did?
I cannot speak for the rest of the team, but it will be nice to have the extra help.
I hope my heroics with the Magna Corrigo back there bought me brownie points with the goody two-shoes around here.
Destroying the Magna Corrigo was the smart thing to do.
Did you just call me smart?
No, I...
Too late. No take-backs. It's okay to admit that I make good decisions. Sometimes.
So, what is next for Deadpool?
I've got an exclusive contract with the Midnight Suns.
Remember, our goal is to defeat Lilith.
Who's Lilith?
Very funny.
I really thought I had you there. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go make my presence known.
How will you be doing that?
Fireworks, balloons, gunshots. The huge. Your next task will be to bench press me.
You heading to shop class?
I might swing on by.
So is that a yes or...
Yeah, I'll be there.
I think that was our best work. Everyone did their part. I'm ready to call it a night. How about you?
Give me a minute.
You got it.
Hey, boss, I could use some help. Shop class is supposed to meet tonight.
So just the two of us?
Actually, when I asked Parker, he mentioned you stopped by. Said he could convince Robbie if I could get you to show.
Two questions. Should I bring popcorn and have you prepared a list of snarky zingers?
No, God, no. That's not what this is about. I have to fix this.
We should not keep them waiting.
Time to face the music.
So, what did you want?
A do-over? And to apologize for the last time.
It's a nice sentiment, but a do-over doesn't have much appeal for either of us.
Yeah, I don't understand why we should keep giving you chances.
You shouldn't. Not if you don't want to. But hear me out, okay? I've been the person in charge for years. When I'm stressed, I can steamroll people who never expected it, and certainly don't deserve it.
That's what assholes say. To justify their behavior so they can keep being assholes.
Half of the Avengers agree with you. Look, nothing I did was justified. I was a jerk. And I'm sorry.
Okay.
Look, when you take away all the trappings of ungodly wealth, I'm just a guy who likes to make things. None of my friends were into this stuff. I was the only kid who saw beauty in exhaust manifolds, who spent hours poring over the guts of a microprocessor. That's all I want here, to make things with friends. As long as that's still an option.
That's the whole idea behind this? Okay, here's how we make this work. Tony Stark, CEO, is banned from shop class.
But making things, Tony? The guy we're talking to right now? He can stay.
That's more than fair.
Took Tony long enough to figure out shop class, huh? I thought his suit had the thicker skull.
You seem happier than I expected.
Of course I'm happy. Everything's back to normal. That's all we wanted. I'll let you get to it. Parker can't wait to dive in.
Well, that was less painful than expected. Thanks for coming, Hunter. We all needed to, clear the air.
Glad that's over with. Feuding with Tony Stark is not an achievement I care to unlock. So, how about we make something new? Another day for retooling. We have a few more ideas in the backlog if you want to check them out. I finally have a use for the components you handed me. I'm ready to put this together. How about you?
I am ready.
Parker's creative drive is amazing. Seeing how he tackles a problem gives me ideas of my own. And Robbie has the right intuition when it comes to putting these prototypes together. I thought he was being overcautious, but that's a crafter's care. Wish I'd seen it earlier.
Look, I don't want to brag, but I think this is our best work. Yeah, I know, blah blah, teamwork, blah blah blah, but still, it's impressive what we can do when we all work together.
You know, I might stay for a bit more. I want to finish an adjustment to the Hell Ride. You ready to leave?
I am ready to go.
Hey, Robbie, you got a sec?
Sure.
About Salazar Steel. I couldn't remember any details about the Stark Technology Center, so I did some digging. 10 years ago, Oscorp and Stark Industries were in a good old-fashioned business war. Salazar Steel was a promising acquisition. When we realized Oscorp was angling in, we bought the plant from Mr. Salazar. What we didn't realize was how much of his finances were a mess. He poured his profits back into the plant. It was the only thing keeping the lights on. With the Oscorp thing, well, our stock couldn't afford to take the hit. We had to shut the plant down.
Then, what was the technology center?
A complete fiction. The only problem I saw from the boardroom was a dip in our stock from closing the plant. So I did the classic billionaire's trick of pitching a ridiculous idea that would take years to get off the ground. Stock rose. People celebrated my genius vision. And that was the last I thought of Salazar Steel. But I should have followed up. Ensured the people who lost their jobs found new ones. Robbie, I'm not the man I was 10 years ago. I'm glad you met me, and not him.
This doesn't make you look good.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
I meant, you aren't trying to spin this. I respect that you shared this. Warts and all.
Oh yeah, of course. You deserve to know what happened.
So, I'm going to tinker with the Hell Ride. You wanna give me a hand?
Sure. Tell me where you need me.
What's up? Hunter, you have the same effect on vampires as microwaving fish does on the Avengers break room.
I am clearing them out?
You got it. New breed vampire activity has slowed down since you took the fight to them. We're making a dent.
Our focus should be on Lilith.
Train hard, fight easy, Hunter. We're keeping people safe and improving our game. Don't worry. We can juggle two threats at the same time, even if they're both made of knives. One thing is certain. Vampires are making the most of the chaos Lilith created. The good news? I see no signs that they're working together.
Are you sure there is no connection?
Just a hunch. Let's look at what we know. There's no crying over smashed vampire relics, but I wouldn't have minded adding the Magna Corrigo to our arsenal. Yeah, I know. Nasty artifacts like that aren't known for their safety features. Still, I wonder if Strange and Tony could have used it to make something useful.
No need to waste time considering what could have been.
I don't like anyone else making decisions for me, but you're right. If it doesn't exist, it can't fall into the wrong hands. The silver lining here is that it blew up in Sin's face. She'll be picking the pieces out for days. That's a win as far as I'm concerned.
I can agree with that.
Anything else on your mind?
Why are Hydra soldiers willingly turning into vampires?
Define willingly. I think that's Sin's influence.
They must be extremely devoted to agree to such a change.
Or more terrified of what Sin will do if they don't. I wonder how becoming a bloodsucker mixes with the gamma serum already in their systems. I bet that's one hell of a hangover.
What is a hemolisk exactly?
It's an egg sac. But instead of cute baby spiders inside, you find fully formed new breed vampires. With enough time, a single hemolyst could generate an endless number of vampires. So goes the theory.
How does it work?
In a way that defies biology. Strange theorized they are creations of dark magic, and I quote, "perhaps derived from the Darkhold itself." No need to mention I do a killer Stephen Strange impression, especially not to him.
No promises. Thanks, Carol.
See ya.
There is my ferocious charge.
We gotta get you a tacky shirt, Hunter.
Hello.
Hi.
That looks good. Very nice. Agatha, what is this?
The corrupted influence of the Elder God Chthon. But we won't be able to heal the Abbey grounds until we've recovered the Moon Seal, stolen by Hiram Shaw.
Remind me about the seal?
I think you've gotten ahead of yourself, dear. You'll need to find the Moon Seal first. A trial awaits you.
Remind me about the seal?
I think you've gotten ahead of yourself, dear. You'll need to find the Moon Seal first. A trial awaits you.
The son of Gaia approves. The goddess of order approves. I need to find the next Moon Seal. Remind me about the seal?
I think you've gotten ahead of yourself, dear. You'll need to find the Moon Seal first. A trial awaits you.
Something terrible happened here. This area, it feels wrong somehow. I sense an old suffering.
Members of the local coven were persecuted here. And worse.
Witches?
Salem's history with witches may have been distorted over the years, but some things are true. The witches of Salem did their best to thwart Shaw, but he rallied his congregation against them. The catalyst of the infamous Salem witch trials. When the Coven called out in distress, it was Lilith and Sarah who came to their aid.
They came all the way from Transia, with the Abbey, to help a group they had never met?
You may not believe it, but I'm sure you would have done the same. Isn't that why the Sons are here today? Aside from that, your mother and Sarah both saw the signs of Chthon's influence. They knew there was more happening in Salem than the persecution of witches.
Chthon's corruption had taken root in the New World, just like the colonists themselves.
And while Lilith and Sarah were still preoccupied in Transia, they entrusted one of the Moon Seals to the Knights of Wundagore, who brought it to the Coven with the hope that its power would reinforce them enough to deal with Shaw.
But that is not what happened.
Unfortunately, no. When the plague came to Salem, the same one that afflicted your father, Shaw used it to further agitate his flock by placing the blame squarely on the Coven.
And the witches?
The mob was vicious. And the rest is history.
But what about the Moon Seal?
After the trials, the Moon Seal vanished along with Shaw. Without drawing any conclusions, I think we can both guess where it went.
If this was his church, then it is possible the seal is still here, or somewhere nearby.
You read my mind. Good hunting, dear.
Was this always here? I may have forgotten a few things, but I feel as if I would remember a decrepit church on the grounds.
You may not remember the structure, but maybe you've heard of the man responsible for it? Hiram Shaw? This was his house of worship, and like a great many things on the grounds, Sarah preferred to keep it in a sort of mystic quarantine. Even I haven't been inside.
Is that all she did while I slept? Seal things off for our protection?
She can be overzealous at times, but in this case, she was right to be wary.
So what dark secret does this place hold?
When Hiram Shaw first came to Salem, he was little more than a charlatan posing as a preacher. He managed to convince a few desperate souls to join his congregation, and with their help, he broke ground on this church. Whether it was coincidence or fate, in digging beneath the church, Shaw found something that would change the course of all of our lives. A long-forgotten page of the Darkhold.
If Shaw found a page of the Darkhold, it was because Chthon wanted it that way.
I tend to agree. That cursed book is always seeking out a way to return its master to power.
And a power-hungry preacher makes for the ideal messenger of darkness.
Yes, Shaw was an eager study, consumed almost immediately by the whisperings of Chthon and the Darkhold's power. Nearly overnight, the people of Salem, old and new, were at his threshold, waiting for the word. Need something, dear?
Tell me about
By all
Hiram
accounts,
Shaw.
as I understand it, he was a largely unsuccessful minister before his arrival at Salem, traveling from place to place, swindling whatever followers he managed to gain before being run out of town. To think that a simple man like Shaw finding a piece of the Darkhold was enough to set all of this in motion, it puts things in perspective.
What do you know about my father?
That's not an easy question, dear. What would you like to know? Was he a good man? Yes, I think he was. Your mother loved him dearly, and he doted over her. I think for a time she forgot who she was, where she came from. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. She and Sarah both deserve to find something more than just another fight with Chthon. Lilith did. Sarah didn't. At least, not for a while longer still. I honestly think that's the only thing she ever had against him, blood or not. Until we speak again.
This must be Shaw's study. She does not see it happening. Must not be her person. Autumn does not answer. How long will the Salem witches hide here before meeting their end? This place looks so lonely. Noble Ashtur guides my hand. This ward is not like anything I have seen on the grounds before.
And yet, it's familiar somehow.
Like the wards of protection that Wanda invoked to protect Dr. Strange's sanctum?
Very perceptive, dear. Maybe you should approach the good doctor and see if he has any insights. And Hunter, be circumspect. Dr. Strange is no fool. Hello, Hunter.
Did
I
Wanda ever
suspect she
make it to
did.
this place?
But if she discovered something, she didn't tell me. Goodbye. Feeling well today, dear?
Did Wanda ever make it to this
I suspect
place?
she did. But if she discovered... You know where to find me, Hunter.
Ah, Hunter, I was just admiring the collection. Someone spent a great deal of time piecing this library together. I hope you don't mind me, having a look around.
Of course not, Doctor. The library is an asset to us all.
I see I'm not the only one who's taken an interest in these works. You haven't been getting into anything precarious, I hope?
I have found something on the Abbey grounds that I think you should see.
Oh, sounds mysterious. By all means, lead the way. I typically avoid venturing this far from the Abbey, especially at night. it makes Tony nervous, you see. Not in the I'm concerned about your personal well-being, Doctor sense. I think he's actually more afraid of what might happen to my side of the forge without proper supervision. Which, to be fair, is a valid concern. And in most cases, I'm perfectly content to bide my time studying safely indoors. Just as your power continues to grow, so too does Lilith's fear of your return. There's an unsettling air about this place.
This church belonged to a preacher named Hiram Shaw. His influence turned Salem against its coven.
A charismatic personality and a fearful populace can do much evil together.
There was more to it than that.
Yes, I suspected as much. But I'm sure there's nothing to fear with you by my side, Hunter. You were right to bring this to my attention, Hunter.
I thought it resembled one of your wards of protection.
There's a reason for that. It's the same magic Wanda invoked in her attempts to protect the Sanctum. But what is it that you're chasing out here? These wards aren't something to toy with.
I will not know for sure until I get past this. Is there any way to dispel it?
Unfortunately, no. What good would the wards of protection be if they were so easily broken? But I have been wrong before, at least recently. Do you have any suspicions as to who may have conjured this here?
Caretaker has shown no hesitation to sealing off the grounds at her discretion.
True. Caretaker could find the resources to create a ward if she put her mind to it.
The only way I will know for sure is to find a way through to the other side.
I'll think on it and see if I can come up with some way to assist you, Hunter. For now, though, you'll have to be patient. You go on, Hunter. I'd like to study this area a bit more.
The gods are fickle. Autumn thinks otherwise.
You go on, Hunter. I'd like to study this area a bit more.
The Witches of